Welcome back to No Bones About It, everybody. This is a Columbia Orthopaedic Group podcast, and I'm joined today. We're going to talk X-ray with Todd Walker. But before we start, this is late June, and if you're a patient of Columbia Orthopaedic Group, I just want to thank you for being patient, because we've had a big change around here. Todd will talk about it as well, with a big electronic health records system switch. We had to switch because our old one was kind of obsolete. It's led to long lines. It's led to a lot of learning for us, but we're slowly getting through it, aren't we?
We are getting there, yes.
It's been a process. Anytime anybody does this, it's a process, but we really appreciate you all, your patience on it, because we have had some long lines and some things we're kind of not used to here at Columbia Orthopaedic Group. We are usually getting you in, getting you out. That's what we like.
Yeah, that's one thing we pride ourselves on is how fast we've moved through X-ray.
Yeah.
It hasn't been quite as fast lately, but it's getting there.
There's more clicks to go with the computer program, but it's fine. We're getting to know it. We talked with Ryan Norris the last time about MRI and the difference between MRI and X-ray. Mm-hmm. I would say everybody here at Columbia Orthopaedic Group, every patient gets an X-ray, right?
Yes. At some point during their treatment, they always get an X-ray. Yeah. That's pretty standard.
Yeah, and you've got such a great team down there. You're able to get them in and out, aren't you?
We are. We've set our department up so that we thought about workflow when we developed the department. That was our number one priority. Obviously, good quality X-rays, good exams, but in and out. So you can spend time with the doctor, not us.
Yeah,
You're here to see the doctor, not us.
The other good thing that you have set up as the manager over there is, hey, you gone to the doctor and said, what do you want? Because we want it to be perfect so we can get them back and you can look at it, right?
Correct, yeah. We have some standardized exams that all the doctors across the board do if you're a new patient. Knee, hip, back, spine, pretty standard. From that point forward, it changes if you have surgery. Obviously, post-op X-rays are different.
Yeah.
And that depends on the time out from your surgery. So there's a lot of variables, but we try to keep everything as smooth and as simple for the patient as possible.
What's the toughest part of it? Is it when somebody's in pain and you're asking them to do something that'll hurt?
Yeah, and actually we tried to figure that into building our department. We really did way back in 2008 when we put this together.
Yeah.
So we do probably 90% of our exams upright. Because when you're in pain, laying on an X-ray table just makes it worse.
Yeah.
It's worse. So as you'll find out if you're a patient or have been a patient, you know this, we do most of our X-rays upright. And I have gotten so many compliments over the year about that. I don't have to lay on the X-ray table.
I believe that. Todd's been, how long have you been at COG?
21 years.
21 years. So he was in the old building.
Yes, I was.
Now, he was a part of, as he just mentioned, kind of designing the X-ray room the way you wanted it, right, because you wanted it to be not only in and out, but upright and make it patient-friendly.
Exactly. Yeah, we put a lot of effort into that. Our supplier of our X-ray machines, the owner of the company, used to run the floor at Barnes.
Oh, wow.
One of the departments at Barnes.
Yeah.
And he told us that footsteps make a difference, so your techs can be fresh, do a lot of patients without being worn out. So yeah, we put a lot of thought into how our workflow works.
And I would imagine when we moved in this building, you had the workflows, and then something got in the way, and you're like, oh, well, we got to pivot here and pivot, and you've just, you've had to pivot a little bit as you keep on going, right?
Yep. Change is inevitable, and just like our new system.
Yeah.
We're finding out we're going to have to retool our workflow a little bit with this new system. It's just the way things work. Expecting that makes it not as painful.
The other part too is from here down, you and your techs have to know how to X-ray somebody, whether it's a spine, whether it's a hip, whether it's an ankle. You got to know it all.
We do. It's not just a picture. Most people think it's just a picture, and it's so far from the truth. Example: we have the university students rotate through here at the Mizzou X-ray School, and they all say after they leave here, now I know how to take a lateral knee and do it right. Our docs are pretty particular about their exams, as they should be, because that benefits the patient. They have to template for surgery, so a lateral knee x-ray is just not a lateral knee x-ray. It has to be perfect for them to do the best job they can do.
Let's talk about how things have changed. I mean, you and I have been around long enough to remember when the x-ray had to be put up and brought to you.
Yeah.
It's not that way anymore.
No, it's pretty sweet. I do not miss film, though.
I know you don't.
I do not miss film. The dark side of the film was we had this huge file room. I had 2 FTEs working in the file room just to keep things straight. So how it has changed. There's no film anymore. You can't hardly buy x-ray film. It's all digital, so when we take your image, we can see it 3 to 4 seconds later on the screen. We can manipulate the image, making it, when I say manipulate, make it better for the doctor to view.
Yeah.
Trim it, flip it, whatever we need to do, mark it from the computer screen, where we used to have to do all that manually.
Yeah.
Plus the chemicals, the processing time. When we had processors down the street, we had, I think it was 50 seconds of film, and that was about as fast as you could go.
Wow.
But that's 50. That's a minute.
And now once the image is there, it's a couple of clicks and the doctor has it.
Yep. And we hit the send button as long as we like the exam and it's correct. We hit the send button, walk you back, and it's before you get back to your patient room or clinic room, the doctor has the images.
I want to give a shout out to one guy too. This is when you were setting it up. I know that you and Dwayne Epperson worked tirelessly to get everything up and running, and Dwayne was he's a big part of this whole building.
Yes.
But I mean, they could see at Boone Hospital. They can see your images. Mm-hmm. They could the doctor. I mean, you guys worked at really long hours on this.
We did. We put a lot of time in. Dwayne was my IT crutch, and I was his clinical crutch.
Yeah.
And together we stood upright for a long time because of that. I'd tell him what I needed. He'd come back and say, "That's not going to work because of this," and I'd say, "All right, we'll fix this." And, honestly,
he would come back and say, "You want to do what?"
Yeah, he'd say reboot. The thing, in all honesty, I couldn't have done what I did, and then I say I don't mean me, but what we did as a team, we couldn't have done without Dwayne.
Yeah, absolutely. It was such a big part, and now you have a team. I mean, there's not much turnover in the X-ray. I mean, not too many people leave because the team is so skilled, so dedicated, and so good.
Yeah, they all have. We just hired a new part-time tech. She just graduated. She was one of our student techs from the university, and she was awesome, Elissa. So she's a part of our staff now.
That's great.
Outside of her, we all have 10 plus years of experience.
Wow.
And she's light years away of where I was when you came out. When I was a brand new tech, I'm going to guarantee you.
The other thing, if you've been here, you know that the techs after X-ray will walk you back to your room. I mean, that's something that you guys, you've done forever that I remember.
Yeah, the thing that bothers me is when somebody says, take 2 lefts on the right and go through that door. Yeah. So we walk you back. We try to make the experience as top-notch as possible for the patient. I remember staying in a hotel in Scottsdale, Arizona one time, and the service was so good that I still remember it.
Sure.
And that's what we try to do.
And when you mentioned that it used to be 50 seconds, now a trip down to X-ray, a lot of times you don't even have to wait. You walk right into your text, look at the order. Okay, come on back.
Yep.
Takes 2-3 minutes maybe, and you're back in the room in less than 5.
I will say this, and especially with the new system.
Yeah.
Until we work the kinks out of it, but the X-ray part of it is the smallest period of time in the whole process.
Yeah, and has been. Let's be honest.
It has been. Yep.
Even with the old system, it was.
Our average turnaround time was under 3 minutes.
Gosh.
As long as the waiting room's not full, we're slammed, or we say things happen. People have days off, vacations, sick kids. as long as we have a full staff, we can get you in and out pretty quick.
How many X-rays do you think you do in a day, in a typical day?
We'll do. We average half. We average half of the patients that come through the front door. So if it's 400 patients, we'll do 200 patients. Those patients will, on average, get one exam each. A lot of people will get 2 exams, bilateral knees, a wrist and an elbow.
Yep.
Each of those exams is an average of 3 images.
Wow.
So you do the math, and I try to keep my staff around 30 to 40 patients a day on average. Anything over that's red line. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And quality suffers, so we try to keep it around there. But we'll do, I think last year we did like 51,000 exams.
I was just about to say, you average darn near 1,000 a week.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
With 8 people.
8 people in the department, and again, let's talk technology. I mean, you guys are on the cutting edge all the time of, hey, we may need this, or we may need to go to this, or hey, if we just upgrade here, we're going to see clearer images, or, I don't know, whatever you know.
No, that is so true. We upgraded most of our machinery within the last 5 years. We went with a company called AGFA. They've been in X-ray for a year, longer than me. Solid company. And at that time, their imaging software, because a lot of the how the image turns out is based on the software. And their software was at the top of the game, and it still is. I think there's another company real close right now, but for all intents and purposes, all of our machines are AGFA. I think we put out some of the best images that we see. We get a lot of images coming in from outside facilities, and I'll compare.
That's another good point, is there are patients who have had X-rays maybe in another urgent care or in their hometown, and they bring them with them. And a lot of times you have to look at them and correct them, or say, let's see what I can do with these, right?
Right. A lot of times we'll upload those. Most of the times we upload them into the system. The doc will say, can you guys go ahead and do some more?
Yeah, right.
Because like I talked about the knee x-ray, if it's rotated, he's not getting 100% picture. His interpretation can be changed or not misunderstood, but it can change with a poor quality x-ray.
Yeah. What made you get into X-ray all those years ago?
I started.
What fascinated you, right?
Well, this is interesting. I started in fisheries and wildlife at the university. So obviously you segue right into healthcare. Actually, they passed around. This is a true story. We passed one of my first classes. They passed around a sheet. The doctors doing the class said, out of you 50 to 60 people, 5 of you will get a job with the Missouri Department of Conservation. And here's the starting salary. And at that time, it wasn't very much. Right? That was 1980. And the 2 guys next to me said, what are you guys transferring to? So I actually set out of school a year just to kind of figure some things out. Got my EMT license. I was working during the day, taking call on the ambulance at night in our little local hospital, and just loved it. Really liked it. And thought, well, let's see. And one thing led to the other, and I was led to X-ray, which is good because that's where I met my wife. So
positive thing that came out of it, absolutely.
Correct.
And Julie, of course, has worked here, 20 plus years, right?
Yeah, Dr. Parker. Yeah.
Dr. Parker, and then for a little bit, Dr. Hansen.
Yeah, she's downstairs now.
Now she's down in the surgery. Jeez, it's unbelievable how time flies.
20 years, amazing.
One more thing I want to talk about with X-Ray, and maybe you want to mention them by name. You mentioned Alyssa. Why don't you mention the rest of your team?
Okay, yeah, that's a great idea. Joe Jenkins has been here the longest besides me. I'm not going to say how long because I forget time.
We all do.
Amanda Pollock has been here the second longest. Nick Underwood has been here several years. Natalie Streeter, I stole her from the university. She's been a tech for a long time and wanted to get out of that. Came here, loves it. We also have Alyssa Grissom, works part-time for us. Just a workhorse, does lots of good work. And then, like I said, Elissa Haig started in May, or the 1st of June. She's a brand new graduate. And then I've got a couple student techs that are just outstanding, setting the curve high. Maddie Clooney, we joke with her, it's Maddie P. Looney. Somehow she got on in HR as Clooney. So it's Maddie Looney and Kara Fewell, and we just think the world of them. They're really good student techs. So if you come in on urgent care on Saturday mornings, you'll probably see those two.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question was, the workload has gone up even more with the orthopedic urgent care, hasn't it? I mean, Ouch Clinic, everybody who comes in gets an x-ray there for sure because they're coming in with a problem.
And I forgot one person, Denise Wilson. She just started in May also. So I got new techs.
But we've had to expand, haven't we?
Yes, because of the urgent care, yes.
Yeah.
So,
open till 6 and then open on weekends 8 to noon on Saturday.
8 to noon on Saturday, yeah.
And so people have to be here, and that's something new for you, isn't it? Just because, I don't want to say it's a 9 to 5 job, but it sort of used to be maybe 7 to, with Dr. Smith, 7 to 7.
Yeah, 7 whenever he decides to leave. Yeah, we cover 7 to 6 officially, but
it goes past.
There's always some bleed over.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Saturday mornings, it's been interesting, and I think eventually that'll become a standalone clinic in itself. So
sure.
We'll have specific techs just for that in the future. That's kind of what we're planning for.
That's actually a great idea, just because, again, that clinic has really picked up. I think it's picked up speed more than any of us thought.
It's really, the last 3 or 4 months it's really taken off, and it's taken a while to get some traction. But it's a great service for the patient, because if you need to be seen quickly, you can come to us, go to the ER, and they'll refer you to us.
Yeah.
That's the reality of the situation.
Absolutely. The ERs have said, well, why don't you go over to COG and go to their new clinic? And
exactly.
It's worked out well. Final thing, I guess I kind of ask this to everybody, but you've been here a long time. Yeah. What makes this a great place to, hang your hat?
Oh gosh, it's funny. I worked with the doctors who most of them have retired at this
Sure.
point. When I worked at Columbia Regional Hospital, and that was the 90s. I was the one of the primary surgery techs, so I saw them in surgery a lot. Okay. And I saw how good they were, how they treated their patients, just the quality of care that they gave to their patients was it was admirable, to be frank about it. So when Dr. Smith called me, the gentleman who was the manager at that time was retiring, and Dr. Smith called me, I jumped at the opportunity because I knew I was going to be working with a great bunch of docs. And I also knew that they weren't going to be changing a whole lot.
Pretty steady, yeah.
Yeah, you can hear some stories about some orthopedic groups. Guys leave, they come back, they split,
Yeah.
And that is probably not a situation you want to be in. It's just the opposite at Columbia Orthopaedic Group. The docs are solid. We recruit good docs. They're great to work with. And so that attracts good people like you and me.
Yeah, that's right.
But it really does. It makes a difference.
But to your point, too, nobody's looking to leave. Once they come to Columbia Orthopaedic Group, the only way they leave is they retire.
Exactly.
We've seen a lot of retirements recently, but that's just the way it is. It's such a great place.
People just don't leave.
Yeah.
That's why all my techs they love it.
Absolutely. All right, that's Todd Walker, everybody. Thanks for being here, Todd.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
This has been No Bones About It. We'll see you next time.